Okay, guys. So we will start with Lok Sabha now. So yesterday we discussed about Rajya Sabha, and yesterday when we discussed about Rajya Sabha, I've told you Lok Sabha is getting some more advantages, or it's a more popular chamber in the parliament. What is the main reason? Which I've told you is like the majority of the members are directly elected by the people. Okay, so out of 545, 543 will be directly elected by the people, and two will be nominated. The Anglo Indians will be nominated by the president. Okay, so what are the special powers of Lok Sabha? Yesterday, when we discussed about Rajya Sabha, also we had some mention about this with respect to no confidence motion, with respect to money bills, etc. But formally, three, four special powers, you can just write one line each from each one of this. So by seeing that point, you will be in a position to recollect it. Okay, so just write the first point. This under the special powers, no confidence motion can be introduced and passed against COM only in Lok Sabha. So just write no confidence motion can be introduced and passed only in Lok Sabha. Okay, and with respect to money bill, the Lok Sabha have the overriding power over the Rajya Sabha. Okay, Rajya Sabha cannot make any amendment, or they cannot do anything with the money bill. So just write that also. Lok Sabha enjoy overriding powers with respect to the passage of money bills. Okay, now who will decide a bill is money bill or not? Who will decide whether a bill is money bill or not? It is the speaker of Lok Sabha who will decide whether the bill is money bill or not. Okay, so Lok Sabha enjoy overriding powers with respect to the passage of money bill. Okay, how that overriding power? Because where it can be introduced? Can it be introduced in Rajya Sabha? No, it can be introduced in Lok Sabha. Just right, it can be introduced only in Lok Sabha, and Rajya Sabha cannot reject or amend the money bill. Okay, and in the parliamentary system, the Council of Ministers are responsible to Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha or to the entire parliament. Lok Sabha. Okay, so just write COM responsible to the collective responsibility when we are talking about the Council of Ministers is responsible to Lok Sabha. Okay, with respect to national emergency, is there any special power for Lok Sabha? The resolution seeking the disapproval of national emergency can be only moved in Lok Sabha. Okay, that we have discussed in detail when we discussed about national emergency. So just write here, a resolution seeking the disapproval of NE, national emergency, can be introduced and passed in Lok Sabha only. Yeah, yesterday also somebody was talking about the speaker with respect to the joint sitting, right? In case if there is a joint sitting with respect to any bills, so who will preside over that? There will be a chairman of the Rajya Sabha, there will be speaker also of the Lok Sabha, but in the context of joint sitting, it will be the speaker of Lok Sabha who will preside over the session. So there also you can see some extra power or special power for Lok Sabha. So just write, in joint sitting, the speaker of Lok Sabha will preside over the session. Okay, so these are the main special powers which we need to mention. So I hope this is clear. Now, the most important discussion that we need to have is with respect to speaker. This directly you have seen these questions in prelims as well as in mains. Even the functions of speaker, direct question was asked in mains. Okay, which are the then which among the following are the functions of speaker? You can get prelims question as well. But this is very important. In 2015, I think direct question was asked with respect to the functions of speaker. Okay, so what are the functions? Just before I have told you, you can talk about joint sitting, speaker presides, normal sitting of Lok Sabha, speaker presides, speaker decides whether a bill is money bill or not. With respect to anti-defection also, speaker take the final decision. Okay, so all these are important functions. Just write 1, 2, 3, 4 functions. He is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha. Okay, who will be the speaker? From the members, he will be elected. Okay, And I've told you with respect to convention, as part of convention, if the speaker is from the ruling party, as part of convention, the deputy speaker will be from the opposition party. So in the absence of the speaker, who will preside over the meetings or the programs or the proceedings of the Lok Sabha? It will be the deputy speaker. So as per convention, if speaker is from ruling party, deputy speaker will be from opposition party. If speaker is absent, deputy speaker will preside over the sitting or the proceedings of the Lok Sabha. So just write, speaker is elected by the house from amongst its members. From amongst its members. First and most important function, he preside over the meeting or the proceedings. Somebody was asking about proceedings. What is that? Okay, it's about the meetings and all. One more line, as a presiding officer, he performed independent sovereign functions. He performed independent sovereign functions. So many independent functions are there. And his functions are, can it be questioned in court of law? No, right. Independent sovereign functions of the legislature. And he's not answerable to the court of law for discharge of his function. For discharge of his function as a presiding officer. Okay. He is not answerable to the court of law for discharge of his functions. One more line, just write convention, speaker, ruling party, deputy speaker, opposition party. That one or two words is enough. So the speaker is assisted by the deputy speaker, and in the absence of speaker, the deputy speaker will be presiding over the session. Okay, now speaker is elected from amongst its members. So how can he be removed? He can be removed, in the house itself with effective majority. Okay, so what is effective majority? I hope you know. We have had this discussion in the very first session itself. Effective majority means the total minus vacancies divided by 2, more than that. Okay, so the total minus the vacancies divided by 2, that means half of the effective number. Effective number means excluding the vacancy. The vacancy could be because of death or resignation or anything, or defection or anything. Okay, so total minus vacants divided by 2 plus 1 at least. So at least 50% of the effective members. Effective members will exclude the vacancies. Okay, now this 14 days notice will be given to the speaker, and it has to be supported by 50 members of the Lok Sabha. Any resolution with respect to the removal of speaker should be supported by 50 members of Lok Sabha. 14 days prior notice should be given, and effective majority. Okay, now right, if the speaker as well as the deputy speaker, if their both positions or the seats are vacant, then president will appoint someone in that position. Just write one line. If speaker and deputy speaker offices are vacant, then the president will appoint a member of Lok Sabha to act as speaker. If the speaker and deputy speaker offices are vacant, then the president will appoint. Guys, underline the word vacant. In the case of vacancy, the president will appoint someone from Lok Sabha to preside or in that capacity. Vacancy and absence is different. In case if both are absent, in case if speaker is absent, who will take care of the proceedings? Deputy speaker. In case if both are absent, then amongst its members, the parliament itself will select. Okay, that also you write. If both are absent, then the duty of speaker is performed by a person chosen for that by Lok Sabha. Sorry, not parliament, Lok Sabha. Okay, parliament include both. So in case of vacancy of both, then the president will appoint. In case of absence of both, then Lok Sabha will select from amongst its members. So he will take care of that. Like now we have discussed about special powers of Lok Sabha. Let's look into the special powers of speaker. Okay, like I've told you money bill, you can write that first. Speaker have to certify that a bill is a money bill before the bill is passed to Rajya Sabha. So speaker have to certify that a bill is money bill or not before it is passed to the Rajya Sabha. And his decision is final or not? His decision is final and binding. No need to question that. You can't question that. Okay, so there's a special power with respect to speaker. Then which one we can write? The same point which I've told you, just mentioned in the margin, just mentioned there, joint sitting. We have already discussed this point, so you will automatically it will come to you, right? Joint sitting, who will preside over the meeting? It is the speaker who preside over the meeting during joint sitting. Okay, guys, then when we discuss about the parliamentary committees or the committees of the parliament, okay, who will be appointing the chairpersons of the committees of the parliament? The speaker will appoint the chairpersons of the parliament committees, right? That. Especially the committees of Lok Sabha, okay? And in case if speaker is a member of any of the committee, he will automatically become the chairman of that committee, okay? So speaker appoint the chairman or the chairperson of the parliamentary committee, especially of Lok Sabha, and if he is part of the committee, he will automatically become the chairman of that committee. Ex officio chairman. So that is a special power. Now, right, special position of speaker. Okay, now this situation, if the Lok Sabha is dissolved, what will happen with the members of Lok Sabha? They will be ceased to be the members of the Sabha, right? But that's not the case with speaker. He will remain. Okay, why he will remain? Because the membership is gone when the Lok Sabha stands dissolved. But Lok Sabha as an institution, it will continue. It have to be there. It have to function. So speaker will continue as the representative of Lok Sabha. So just write that in case or when Lok Sabha is dissolved, all members of Lok Sabha cease to be the member of the house. They will not become the member of the house anymore. However, speaker will continue the office till the next Lok Sabha constituted. Okay, that's enough. The reason is very simple. The members lose its membership when it is dissolved, but the Lok Sabha as an institution will continue and the speaker will represent the Lok Sabha. That is the reason. Okay, that you don't want to write, just mention the speaker will continue till the next Lok Sabha is constituted. Okay, so that's about the special position. Now, pro tem speaker. So, pro tem speaker is the temporary speaker, or when the newly formed Lok Sabha, when the Lok Sabha is constituted, before the election of the speaker, the senior most MP will be, no, deputy speaker won't continue. Deputy speaker will automatically cease to be the member. Only speaker will continue. Okay, so pro tem speaker, when the newly formed Lok Sabha, the senior most MP will be the pro tem speaker. So his role is basically to give oath, to undertake the oath of all the MPs, and then also to preside over the election of the speaker. So till the time the new speaker, the original speaker is getting elected, he will become the speaker. Who will give oath to him? Who will administer the oath of pro tem speaker? President. Okay, so president will administer the oath. What about the oath of speaker and deputy speaker? Who will do that? Speaker and deputy speaker oath. Pro tem speaker. But the question is, will they take oath as speaker and deputy speaker or not? Or as an MP? They will not take oath as speaker and deputy speaker. They will take oath as MP. So the pro tem speaker, he will administer the oath of MPs. And then amongst the MPs, one will be selected as the speaker. And the role of pro tem speaker is this too: administer the oath to MPs. His oath will be administered by the president and then preside over the election of the new speaker. Just write that 2 points, guys. Just write the pro tem speaker is appointed by the president. Generally, the senior most member, the most respectable member of the house. Okay, senior most member of the newly elected Lok Sabha. The main criteria is basically his experience. Okay, so just write senior most member appointed by the president. The president will administer the oath to the pro tem speaker. His two functions, also write two functions. He conducts or administers the oath of office of the newly elected members of Lok Sabha. He administers the oath of the MPs. And second one, preside over the election of Speaker Lok Sabha. Preside over the election of new Speaker Lok Sabha. Okay, so if you wish to, you can write in margin, Speaker and Deputy Speaker do not take oath as Speaker and Deputy Speaker. They take oath as MP, and which will be administered by pro tem Speaker. Okay, so that's about Speaker. These are important points you need to know. You will be in a position to answer the prelims as well as mains question. Any facts which I've missed out, you need to update it from Lakshmikant. That you can do. Okay, now the tenure, anti-defection, I'm coming to that. What about the tenure? You mean to say anti-defection will be done by Speaker. Okay, that you can add, and I'm coming to that. Anti-defection in detail, we'll have the discussion. The law in detail, what are the procedures and what are the conditions, everything we'll discuss. Just let me complete this part. Okay, what about the normal tenure? 5 years. Now, can this be extended in any situation? Or can it end before 5 years? Yes. Upon the dissolution, it can go before 5 years also. If it is dissolved, how? No confidence motion, etc. Right? So it can end before 5 years also. Can it be extended? Did we discuss anywhere that extending the tenure? Any area where we discussed about this? When we discussed about national emergency, I've told you it can be extended for 1 year at a time, right? So it can be extended also. Okay, 1 year at a time, not more than 1 year at a time. But once the emergency ceases to operate, then maximum 6 months it will be there. After that, there shall be fresh election and new Lok Sabha has to be formed. So tenure is 5 years. It can be dissolved even before 5 years, like no confidence motion. Okay. Not just because no confidence motion, no confidence, as well as the no possibility of alternate government. Then only there is a need of dissolution. Otherwise, if the new government can form, there is no point in that, right? No need to do that. So it can extend during national emergency 1 year at a time, or not more than 1 year at a time. And once the emergency is over, the 6 months. However, extended life of Lok Sabha cannot go beyond 6 months after the emergency ceases to exist. Okay, guys, one point which I've missed out with respect to Speaker. During the time of his removal, I've told you he can be removed with effective majority. During the time of his removal, can he preside over the meeting? During the time of removal, he cannot, right? Not Speaker, but also Deputy Speaker. They cannot preside over the meeting during the removal resolution is discussion or pending or voting. They cannot preside over that session. Can they vote? They can vote. Why they can vote? They can vote as a capacity of MP. Okay, they are the MP, so they can vote in that capacity. So just write, during the time of removal of Speaker and Deputy Speaker, they can't preside over the meeting, but in the first instance, they can vote. Okay, next is one of the most. They cannot cast, they don't have casting vote. That is why I've told you in the first instance they can vote. In case of tie, they can't vote. So the person who's presiding over that meeting, they will vote. Their respective removals. Yes. Yes. I mean, if the speaker removal resolution is passed, deputy speaker can preside. Okay. If deputy speaker removal is there, then the speaker can preside. Okay. But if speaker removal is going on, he cannot preside. Deputy speaker is also not there. That situation. Okay. So they cannot vote in the first instance. They can vote only in the first instance. In case of tie, normally they have the casting vote. That casting vote will not be there. In case of tie, no casting vote. That's what first instance they can vote. Okay, guys. Next is the Article 102. What is that? 102 related to? Disqualification of MPs. That's the point that we need to discuss. Disqualification of MPs. Union legislature. Okay. Disqualification of MPs. Okay. The first one, Article 102, Clause 1. See, the president can disqualify any member of parliament, any MP of Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha upon the recommendation of election commission. That's the first one, right? Under Article 102, Clause 1, a person shall be disqualified by being chosen and being by chosen or being an MP of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha by the president on the recommendation of election commission. Okay, just right. President can disqualify MP on the basis of recommendation of election commission. 102, Clause 1, Subclause A, which is related to office of profit. Okay, so if he possesses office of profit, see, there are some exceptions within office of profit also. I've told you some of the cases are not considered as office of profit. So barring that exception, if he possesses office of profit, then that will be a amount to disqualification. Just right. Under Article 102.1, Clause 1, Subclause A, person shall be disqualified for being chosen or as being MP if he hold office of profit. It can be under union or state government, okay? Except in the cases where the office which have been exempted from the list of office of profit. Similarly, 102, Clause 1, Subclause B, unsound mind. Just write unsound mind. That's enough. I hope that you can connect it. Okay, unsound mind, and he will be disqualified. Who will be declaring that? The competent court. Okay, then he will be disqualified. C, if he is insolvent. Okay, if he is declared as insolvent. Insolvent means his liabilities are more than his assets. Yeah, bankrupt. Yeah, office of profit case. Yes. 102, Clause 1, Subclause C is related to insolvency. Okay, disqualified from being an MP if he is declared as insolvent. Bankrupt. That means he is not able to meet his liability with his asset. Okay, so that situation, he will not be allowed to be a MP. Next one, 102, Clause 1, Subclause D, will be disqualified by the president if he is not a citizen of India. Guys, no need to remember these articles, but I'm just telling you, and seeing these anyway, you will come to know this anyway. No need to have any nothing. Office of profit, you know, insolvency, you know, right? Then unsound mind, you know, non-citizen, obviously, and then election commission recommendation. There is nothing which is difficult here, but just write it down. 102, Clause 1, Subclause E. He can be or he shall be disqualified by virtue of any law made by the parliament. Okay, so the parliament can make a law that in this situation he cannot be or he will be disqualified of being a MP. So based on that law, that is what 102, Clause 1, Clause D. So just right, he can be or MP will be disqualified by virtue of law made by Parliament. Guys, this one is very important. 102 sub 102 clause 2. What is this? This is related to the 10th schedule of the Constitution. What is 10th schedule of the Constitution talking about? Anti-defection law. Anti-defection law, the political defection. We'll discuss this now. Okay. Just right. Next type of disqualification under Article 102, Clause 2. A person shall be disqualified from being an MP if he is disqualified as per the provisions of 10th schedule of the Constitution. That is anti-defection law by the presiding officer of the House. So this is what I've told you. Who's the presiding officer of the House? Speaker. So who will decide this? Who will disqualify under anti-defection law? It is the Speaker. Okay, guys, and there are some recommendation. I don't remember the name of that committee, which has been given the recommendation that this power should not be given to the Speaker. It can be misused also, like that. Okay, I think it is coming in somewhere. I'll discuss that when it comes. I don't actually remember the name of the committee. Okay, now just write anti-defection law, 1985. Which constitutional amendment? Anti-defection law was in 1985. When it got the constitutional status? Which amendment? 52nd. 52nd Amendment Act gave it a constitutional status and inserted in 10th schedule of the Constitution. Okay, so what does this do? It actually prohibits the defection, the political defection, like changing the party for personal gains. Like you got elected with one political party symbol, okay, and their support, and once you got elected, what happens when you get better opportunities? You will change, right? So that should be prevented. Because, guys, what is the main logic here? When people are voting for a party, okay, voting for a person, mostly they will vote for the party. So he got into power, or he become an MP by using the name of the party, by telling the people that I am part of this party, and the people are voting for the party. So if you are changing, that means you are not only cheating the political party, you are also cheating the people. Okay, so that should not be allowed. Even the members who are contesting election, their own independent member, without being a member of the party, they won as an independent candidate. So if they join the political party, that is also considered as defection. Why? Because people are voting him as an independent candidate. They don't connect him with any of the political party. That constituency where he is contesting election, people are not happy with the political party which is existing. That is why they are voting out that to political party and voting for this independent member by expecting that this guy is going to bring some changes or something. He is going to represent in a proper way. But then he is changing to political party to get some advantage, means that is also not considered as good. So that is also considered as defection. Similarly, a nominated member. Guys, a nominated member, if he is joining a political party, here there is a exception. Like if he is joining a political party after 6 months, then it is considered as defection. Before 6 months, no. Like he first time nominate, he is nominated, not much political ideas. He is coming to the parliament, and he have come across the parties, and if he wish to join, or if he like any political party, and if he wish to join, then he can join within 6 months. Okay, but after till 6 months you are not joining, and after 6 months you are inclined to a particular party, means then there is some malified intention. So I hope this point is clear. First case is what? You got elected from a party ticket and you changing the political party, that is defection. Second case is what? Independent candidate, you got elected as independent candidate, and for the personal gain you are changing the party, that is also defection. Third case, a nominated member, if he is joining a political party after 6 months, not before 6 months. Before 6 months is exempted because he is entering to the Lok Sabha or the parliament, and he is coming across all those things. And if he is interested in joining any political party, you can join before 6 months. After 6 months, he is joining with a political party. Till then, without joining means it shows something, right? So that is also part of defection. If you want to write, just write first one. If an independent member of legislature join any political party, he will be disqualified. Just write one single point only. Independent member join a political party. The first case. Similarly, second case. If a member resigns from one party and join the other party, then again defection. He shall be disqualified. Third, a nominated member of the legislature joins political party after 6 months of becoming the member of the house. In bracket, if you want, you can write before 6 months he is allowed, exempted. After 6 months he is not allowed. What is the fourth one? Fourth one, if you disobey the whip. Whip, I have told you, right? Yesterday, when we discussed about the elections and secret ballot and open ballot, I've told you secret ballot, no whip is issued. Open ballot, whip is issued that you have to vote for this person, like that. Like election of speaker, you have to vote for this, based on the whip which is issued. So if you are voting against the whip or what your party says, that will be considered as defection. But guys, here also 15 days time was there. During this 15 days time, if you can explain why you did this, why you went against the whip to the party, and in this 15 days if the party condone this act, then no problem, then it won't amount to disqualification. But after if it is not condoned by the political party within 15 days, then it amount to defection and amount to disqualification. I hope you understood. Whip issued, if you are not following the whip issued by the party, it stands defection and it will amount to disqualification. However, whip issued means what? Voting like in favor of the political party, like what the whip issued, what the party is telling, you have to follow that. Okay, if you're absent from voting or if you're voting against the whip, in all these cases, your action amount to defection. Provided 15 days time was there, you can explain your act within this 15 days to the party, and if the party is ready to condone that, then it's okay. If not, defection. Okay, now do you want to write the exceptions here? One exception is related to the nominated member, which I've told you. Before 6 months, it is not considered as defection. After 6 months, it is considered as defection. Okay, so nominated member, if you want to join any political party, do it before 6 months, not amount to defection. After 6 months, it's defection. Similarly, not less than, this one is again, you need to remember, not less than 2/3 of the members of legislative party break away and joins or form any other party, then it is also not amount to be defection. They will not be disqualified. Okay, so 2/3 of the, let's suppose 100 members are there, 67 members of this political party, they break away. Guys, one member resigns and joining another, two member resign joining another, this is considered as defection. This 2/3 is breaking away from the political party means that itself shows something wrong which is going on in the party. So this is allowed. 2/3 of the members break away, either join some party or form a new party. This is not amount to defection. So these are two exceptions. Okay, one more exception is there for speaker and deputy speaker. Okay, so speaker and deputy speaker, similarly chairman, deputy chairman. Okay, so once they become speaker, deputy speaker, chairman, deputy chairman, okay, already they are in a party. Okay, so once they become speaker and deputy speaker, then they resign from that party. The defection will not be applicable on them, and they either join some other party. Okay, they may not join any other party. They may not rejoin with their party also. These are not amount to defection. So these are again one exception. Just write that. If speaker or deputy speaker of Lok Lok Sabha. The guys, same is applicable in case of states also. So if you wish to, you can write slash legislative assembly. Chairman of Rajya Sabha, sorry, this is not required. Why? Because chairman of Rajya Sabha is vice president. So we don't want to discuss about vice president here. Okay, because he's not MP. There is no need to discuss about disqualification of vice president. That is different procedure. So deputy chair, deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha. Similarly, if you want, you can write in bracket chairman and deputy chairman of legislative council in whatever states the council is there. Resign from his political party. Resign from his political party upon being elected to that office. Which office? This office. Upon being elected to that office, and does not join any other political party. And does not join any other political party. And also not rejoin the same political party. Same political party means from where he resigned originally. Then he shall continue in the office as being the member of the house. He shall continue in the office as being the member of the house. And will not invite the provision of anti-defection law. It does not amount to defection. It will not be considered as disqualification. Okay. Now, who will do this? Who have this power of disqualifying the members under anti-defection law? It is a speaker. What kind of power is this? Supreme Court have clarified that this power enjoyed by speaker is a judicial power. Okay. Now, can it be challenged in court? Supreme Court? This action of speaker? Yes, this can be challenged in court. Okay, because this is related to the disqualification. Okay, which is based on some facts. Guys, here some law is involved and something which is based on the facts. So this can definitely be challenged. The decision of the speaker can definitely be challenged. Moreover, the opposition party members and all will be facing problem from the speaker, right? So it can be challenged in Supreme Court. So this judicial review is there. Judicial review is there. And this power is a judicial power. Rajasthan case. I don't know about that. Yes, speaker is immune from disqualification in anti-defection. Okay, so again, Supreme Court also made it very clear that the whip issued is compulsory in nature. That means you have to follow that. So if you don't follow the whip which is issued, that means it amount to defection. That also is clarified by the Supreme Court. It is binding. Okay. And the clarification is given with respect to some situation, especially like, yeah, you can write this: whip issued is binding on the members in the following circumstances. Just write 1, 2, 3, 4. During the passage of confidence or no confidence motion. Like when the no confidence motion is going on and whip is issued and you are voting against your party, means that is not considered good, right? So during the passage of confidence and no confidence motion, during the passage of money bill, in all these cases, whip issued is compulsory. I mean binding. During vote of thanks to the president's or governor's address, vote on vote of thanks to the president's or governor's address. Okay, guys, and this one, this committee which I've told you just before, Dinesh Goswami committee. Dinesh Goswami committee. So in case if you get a question in mains, anti-defection law, the possibility of getting question from anti-defection law is so high. So this is some recommendation or suggestion which you can write. So who's enjoying the power under anti-defection law now? Speaker. So that power should not be with the speaker. The speaker should not decide, because some political intention will be there when it comes to speaker side. So this power should be given to the president in the case of union and the governor in the case of state. Okay, so that is the recommendation which is given by this committee. No, if the speaker cannot join other party, what I've told you is he is not joining any party, and he is not rejoining his party. He can remain independent. He's joining any other party, he is not immune from that. But other laws are applicable on speaker. Okay. Like other laws means whatever I've told you, insolvency, the bank, this one, unsound mind, and all these cases are applicable to the speaker as usual, like any other MP. Okay, if you want to just write one more line. Again, one more recommendation is there in Dinesh Goswami committee with respect to the disqualification of speaker itself. Just write. If the decision has to be taken whether the presiding officer himself is to be disqualified, if the decision has to be taken whether the presiding officer himself is to be disqualified, then the question shall be referred to. Then the question shall be referred to the decision of such member of the House, the decision of such member of the House who's elected by the House itself, who's elected by the House itself, means who's elected by the House itself for that particular purpose, okay, to preside over that or for that particular purpose, and his decision will be final. But these two recommendations are contradictory. On one side, he is saying that the speaker should not get it and give it to the president and governor. On the other hand, he is saying that in case of the disqualification of the speaker, it has to be decided by a member who was chosen from the House itself for this particular purpose, and his decision will be final. But whatever it is, just remember, and in case if you get a question in mains, you should be in a position to write this recommendation. It will be good because anti-defection laws, they're directly in the syllabus, and there is a high possibility that you can get and expect a question from anti-defection law. It was asked in mains 2-3 times repeatedly. Okay, and prelims also, they used to ask questions from anti-defection law. Just remember this anti-defection law 85 and the constitutional amendment, that is 52nd, gave its constitutional status. And what are the conditions? 4 conditions we have discussed. What are they? If you join any other political party, the independent member joining other party, one party to next party. Okay, whip is not followed. Okay, and then what are the exception? In case of nominated member, exception is there. Before 6 months, he can join. After 6 months, disqualification. In case of speaker also, we have discussed the exception. Okay, and whip was made compulsory and binding by the Supreme Court in certain circumstances like money bill, no confidence motion or confidence motion, the vote of thanks of president and governor address, etc. So these are main points which you need to remember, and just remember this Dinesh Goswami committee also. That is only for mains, that is not important for prelims. Okay, so next we will do the sessions of parliament. We will do that next day, Monday we will do that.